Hey everyone, it's Blue Bastard 86. Gonna do another episode of what is in my boat storage or my boat's tackle compartment. Today we're doing my Bladed Jig Box, or can't really read it anymore because it's about rubbed off there, but it's the BHW box, the Big Head Wobbler box, because I'm sure a lot of people know I make my own baits, especially bladed jigs. Those are kind of my specialty, and I don't really fish anybody else's, so haven't had a lot of need to use anybody else's. So it's just a box of my baits, basically. So if you're wanting to, or if you're hoping to see a whole bunch of what do you call them? Thunder crickets, or whatever the Z-Man one is called. I can't even think of it right now. Jackhammer. Then, sorry, they're not in here. I think there's one jackhammer in here, and maybe a booyah. I think I have one of the booyah lipless baits, which I actually like really well. I don't fish it very often, so. But as you can see, there's pretty good color selection in here. Nothing real. I guess there's probably people that think a pink bladed jig's pretty wild, but other than that, it's pretty tame. I don't know. I don't use a real wide range of colors here. I have my favorites, and I have found when they work, and I kind of stick to them. There's 3/8 and there's 1/2 ounce in here, maybe some quarters, but there's no real big ones. Every once in a while I'll throw a big one, but those are a bait I just have to put in here specially. But so we've got our kind of shad color baits. We've got our black and blues and solid blues. We've got some chartreuse, some reds, some pinks, and I have very few of the bluegills and the green pumpkins. I know that's everybody's favorite colors. That's why I don't throw them. I think the fish see them too much. I can catch some fish with them, but they're just not super productive for me, so I don't use the green pumpkins and the bluegills very often. Every once in a while, but just not very often. So we've got, this is one of my favorite clearer watercolors. This is the Sexy Lavender, and that's one of my split ring versions. And we've also got, this is another Sexy Lavender. That's one of my direct connect versions with the AliExpress blade. And it looks like we've got about 5 or 6 of them in there like that. That's a 1/2 ounce direct connect one. I prefer the split ring version. The direct connect ones seem like they come through grass a little bit better if I get into heavier grass, so I carry some of those for when I get into heavier grass. This is one of my crappie in the direct connect. That's one of my very, very original colors. This is one of the first colors I did. I used to call it zebra shad. I used more of the black and white when I first started tying them, but that's a good big fish color, and not a lot of people use that color, it doesn't seem like. Then I've got the Sexy Mama. It's a direct connect. I've also got the split ring version. It's another good clear water color. Got just a plain white direct connect, and we've got some of the Ivy. This is one of probably my most popular color that people like. That's just one of the plain blades, and I've also got one in one of the AliExpress blades, and the direct for the split ring version. I think the split ring version, because it has more freedom of movement, this wobbles wider. It gives off a bigger vibration. It feels like a bigger bait fish. I tend to catch bigger fish on the split ring version. I know a lot of people swear the split ring versions don't work, but you know, I've got a couple pictures that say otherwise. Golden Shiner, another really good color. I like the Ivy. That's just kind of a standard color run for Kansas lakes because our lakes are stained. But anytime you get kind of a tannic acid stained water, one that has a lot of vegetation is stained, it kind of gets that tea coffee color. This is a really solid color. It's a good color on cloudy days also. And it looks like we got several more of those in both split ring, direct connect. This one's kind of a special one I made for myself. Solid gold. War Eagle makes a spinnerbait that's solid gold. You'll notice maybe several of my spinnerbait or my Bladed Jig colors are kind of modeled after some of War Eagle's colors because they're one of my favorite spinnerbaits. So, but they make a solid gold spinnerbait, so I made a solid gold Bladed Jig, and it definitely does work. And this is just a Fire Tiger, split colored on the head. I know that one's done pretty well for me in dirty water. We got some black and blue with the black blade, always a solid choice. Good nighttime bait, good stained to dirty water bait, good low light color bait even in clear water, doesn't have to be dirty water. And then my Code Blue, I use this a lot in the green colored water we get in the summertime when the algae blooms happen a lot, and lakes that have a lot of vegetation seems to work good in there. I don't know if it looks like a bluegill. I really don't know what this color looks like to a fish. I just know that I catch a lot of fish on it. There's one of the standard split ring versions. We have several more of those. Let's see. I know if I have a different one, it is in here. There's right there. There is one of the Bluegills. I can't for the life of me think of what they're called. These have got kind of a hollow, like this head looks huge. It's only a 3/8 ounce bait, and because of the way this is designed with this blade being right here, the bait comes up to cover, it just kind of rolls over it. So if I get around more wood or just rocks that are being really snaggy, I'll break this bait out, and I've done really well with it. I thought maybe I had I know I found a jackhammer, and it's running around somewhere, but I don't know if it's in this box, or I might have put it in my kayak box. I don't see it in there. I do have one jackhammer that I found, though. But moving on. They catch fish. I'm not trying to deny that, so don't think I'm saying that. If you like them, fish them. It's a big thing in fishing. If you're confident in something, go with it. This is my Ranger color, that chartreuse and black, like the ever popular chartreuse and black square bills. Got the chartreuse blade on it. It's another direct connect one. And we got the chartreuse and black, just a split skirt with the chartreuse blade. Another good dirty water color. Another chartreuse and black. It's a split ring version, and that's the solid chartreuse when you really need something bright. Knocked a chip out of the blade on that one. Some more solid chartreuse. Sometimes you need to get their attention. This is a spicy shad, another old color. This is a really good big fish color for some reason. Caught a lot of big ones on it. I do some with the black blade, some with an orange blade. That's one of the trocar hook models. Not a fan of trocar hooks, but I had one tied up. Yeah, there's one of the old ones. Who knows how many fish that bait has caught? A lot, I promise that. Missing most of its skirt. I mean, you can see how faded out it is just from age and being tied on out in the deck, being wet, drying out, all that good fun stuff. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh yeah, we got some table rock shad, or T-rock as I like to call it. Another good color, just to throw them something a little different every once in a while. That head's, probably can't see it, but the head's all scraped up. Caught a lot of fish. I don't talk about it much, but definitely gets used. We got the lava craw with the orange blade. Should be, you know, that one's got a black head, but yeah, the fish don't really care. Lava craw with the black head and black blade. We got solid fluorescent orange. Like I said, sometimes you gotta get their attention. Sometimes the water's dirty and you need something bright. This is my funky chicken. I don't know what the fish see in it. I know this color definitely works, so especially it seems like the heat of the summertime, I've done really well with it. Fairly clear color, or fairly clear water, and it seems to be mostly largemouth, oddly enough. And there's one that's got the eye knocked off of it because it's caught so many fish. That's the flamingo skirt instead of the bubble gum, so it's even brighter. And then I went with one that's solid pink. And they all catch fish. If you can't deal with fish in pink, sorry for you, because it works. This is a little bit of kind of a like the bee height color. Got some red and some green pumpkin. It's been a good early in the year color. I haven't done much with it any other time, but fairly clear water early in the year. It does pretty well. It's an old green pumpkin. I don't know. That one's probably 6 or 7 years old. If I fish a green pumpkin color, this is almost always the color that I'm using. That's just the green pumpkin chartreuse with a black blade. I've had some really good days with it. And this one's a little something different. This is the grasshopper color skirt. And I've got a copper blade on there. I've had, there's been a few days that color really catches them. It's another green pumpkin and chartreuse. This is my bream color. Another one, just if they're eating bluegills really well. It's a bluegill color. This is kind of the color that I go for because it looks like it's a bluegill color, but it doesn't look so much like all the other bluegill baits out there. That's a painted copper blade, so it's a little bit different color flash. This is a gilly color. Got the gold blade on there. Gilly direct connect with the black blade on it. It's a good looking bait. Good color. I just don't fish them real often. And this is my baby gill. You get a lot of your bluegill colors, and they look pretty. Like this one, it gets a lot of different colors in it, but baby bluegills, juvenile bluegills, the ones that fish eat the most, they don't have a lot of color in them. They get this green and kind of iridescent blue around here, and they have a little bit of lavender, and then their tails always have a little touch of chartreuse on them. So I just tried to make something close to a juvenile bluegill, and that was it. So, like I said, if you were hoping to see a lot of jackhammers or a lot of thunder crickets, other stuff, whatever, chatterbait elites, I don't have them to show to you. I've got a jackhammer somewhere. I don't know where it is. I might have traded it for something. So I remember somebody was telling me they would trade for it at some point, but I couldn't tell you for sure if I did or not. But I held on to the Booyah because that one does serve kind of a special usage. But yeah, other than that, it's all my baits, and I don't have any reason to use anything else. In fishing, if you're confident in something, you'll fish it better, and so I use my stuff because I'm confident in it. I have no issue with people using other stuff. I hear it all the time that, you know, the ones with the split rings don't catch fish. It's fine. If you're not confident in it, you're not going to fish it as good, so don't use it. But I catch fish with them, so I fish them. I have the direct connect ones too. Like I said, if you get around grass, I think they fish a little better. The ones that I make, I don't know about other companies, I guess, so much, but yeah, there you go. That is my bladed jig, chatterbait, whatever you want to call it. And this is the Plano Edge series. This is the bladed jig box. My baits fit in there really well. So they don't fall all over the place. So, yep. That's it for today. So, until next time, we'll see you later.